eyes. Probably one of the more weird monsters in this game, specifically because of how they seem to not be connected to Seek at all, and I say that because Seek is the only major entity that uses its ability to control its eyes. If we look at the cluster of eyes, the pupils are different from the ones that we're looking at here, having a more narrow shape similar to a cat's eye when in areas with lots of light, which is ironic because they emit a very potent blue light which causes you to take damage when looked at, which the guiding light does know that it is unique, so it could very well be that the blue light is the thing that's causing it to do damage to us.
They emit a very unique blue light. Use this to your advantage.
Another thing to note is that when you die from these things, your head literally pops off. Honestly, pretty brutal if you ask me. Though it does beg the question of, does it work similar to how eye fistation works in Pressure, where the eyes fire radiation through the optic nerve to kill you? Or is it something else? I don't know, it's probably not anything that's really that complex. The good thing is that it doesn't pull your vision towards it, making it drastically easier to avoid. Though, in the mines, it gains the ability to teleport around the room, which me personally, I found this kind of interesting because I think since it can only do this in the mines, there's something that's in the mines enabling it to do that, since, you know, it can't do that in the hotel, by default, at least without modifiers, which is like a whole other thing entirely because that means that there's something in the mines that we literally just don't see that gives it this additional power, but it is something that's kind of interesting that I want to point out. But these clusters of eyes have a very mysterious identity because they appear as one, but may be multiple. And what I mean by this is there are 38 eyes in each cluster, which is exactly 19 pairs of eyes. Now, I'm not saying that each pair is one specific being, but that is the question I'm asking. Are all of these eyes part of one being? And my answer to that is most likely no, and I say this because all of the different whispers that the eyes make when they're idle and when they're attacking you. Now, when the eyes start to do damage to you, they all start whispering and kind of interrupting each other, if you can hear what I mean. But then when they're idle, they all just start whispering. And the whispering is literally pure nonsense. I thought it might have been like speech reverse, but I think it literally is just like noise. I can't really tell what it is. But yeah, they just sit there and kind of just talk to nothing or maybe each other, but it's still kind of hard to know for sure. But a sort of theory that I've had lingering in the back of my mind about this thing is that what if this eye entity is a larger, more significant thing that is watching us from afar? The eyes themselves might not be aware of the entity's true form, but they could be living within the simulation, unaware that they are a part of something much bigger, and that their vision is merely a fragment of the entity's vast consciousness. And these eyes might not be merely just observers either. They could be gathering information or analyzing the player behavior and even influencing events to push the players towards certain actions or outcomes. It's possible that the eyes feed back this data to the larger consciousness that they are, helping it to evolve and maybe adapt to better test future players. Now, if you did like the video I put out today, please be sure to subscribe and like the video because that tells me and the algorithm that you actually did enjoy what you watched and thus push it out more. And do let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this entity as well because it's pretty weird and obscure like almost everything else in this game. But with that being said, I will catch y'all when I decide to upload again.